Making headlines this hour, President Dr. Mohammad Muiz sends greetings to the people and government of Pakistan on their 79th Independence Day. President Dr. Mohammad Muiz pledges to resolve the long-standing challenges relating to water and sanitation services in Domfanu, Baitol. And President Dr. Mohammad Muiz states that the decision to amend the Decentralization Act was intended to empower and enrich the people. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to PSM News in English with me, Hafiz Abdul Sattar. Now the news in detail. President Dr. Mohammad Muiz reaffirms the enduring friendship between the Maldives and Pakistan, expressing confidence that bilateral relations will continue to strengthen through expanded cooperation. His remarks were conveyed in official messages sent to Pakistani President Asif Ali Zardari and Prime Minister Muhammad Shehbaz Sharif, marking the occasion of Pakistan's 79th Independence Day. Extending warm felicitations and sincere good wishes to the leadership and people of Pakistan, President Muiz highlighted the depth of the relationship between the two Islamic nations. He noted that the ties are rooted in a shared faith and common values and acknowledged the progress Pakistan has achieved over the years. Speaking on behalf of the government and people of the Maldives, he reiterated his belief that the long-standing partnership is poised to deepen further. The President described the relationship as resilient and principled, shaped by mutual respect and a commitment to regional solidarity. The sentiments expressed in the official messages were echoed in a public statement shared with President Muiz's official X account. In the post, he reaffirmed the Maldives' commitment to strengthening bilateral ties and conveyed personal wishes for the continued health and well-being of President Zardari and Prime Minister Sharif. He also offered prayers for sustained peace, progress and prosperity for the Pakistani people. Pakistan's Independence Day, observed annually on 14th August, commemorates the end of British colonial rule and the establishment of Pakistan as a sovereign state in 1947. President Dr. Mohammad Muiz reaffirms his commitment to delivering the development long sought by the residents of Kihadu, Baitol, announcing that practical work on several key initiatives will commence within the year. His visit to the island formed part of a broader tour of inhabited islands in Baitol, designed to engage directly with communities and assess local development needs. President Dr. Mohammad Muiz, speaking to residents of Kihadu, underscored his administration's determination to fulfill electoral pledges across vital sectors including education, healthcare, infrastructure and sports. He stressed that the government's efforts would be guided by the priorities expressed by the people of Kihadu. Among the immediate undertakings, the President confirmed that expansion of the island's school facilities would begin this year. He identified the construction of a multipurpose hall, science laboratory and staff rooms as essential components of the project, describing them as a direct response to community needs and a commitment made during his presidential campaign. The President also outlined plans for broader infrastructural development. Coastal protection work has already been completed in certain areas, yet the President noted the need for further measures. He announced that budgetary provisions would be made this year to initiate protection of the island's northern side. Healthcare, described by the President as fundamental to Kihadu's progress, is set to receive a targeted investment. Plans include expansion, the health center, and providing essential resources such as an ambulance and additional facilities. The ambulance is scheduled for acquisition this year, with a new health center building and accompanying infrastructure to be delivered by early next year. The President, during the meeting with local stakeholders, including the Kihadu Council, assured the Council that the government would carefully consider their concerns and work towards practical solutions. He was accompanied by cabinet ministers and senior officials from state-owned enterprises who provided updates on ongoing development projects. Later in the day, President Dr. Muiz presided over a ceremony marking the completion of the Kihadu Coastal Protection Project, a long-standing concern for residents due to erosion. In a move aimed at enhancing local banking accessibility, President Muiz also officially inaugurated a new Bank of Maldives ATM services in Kihadu. President Muiz received a warm welcome upon his arrival in Kihadu, the 10th island he visited in his tour of Bai Atoll. President Dr. Mohamed Muiz pledges to resolve the long-standing challenges relating to water and sanitation services in Domfanu, Bai Atoll. He made the statement while addressing the residents of Domfanu during a visit to the island as part of his tour to inhabited islands of Bai Atoll. Earlier in the day, the President met with the members of the Domfanu Island Council, the Women's Development Committee and heads of local institutions to discuss the island's most pressing development priorities. The meeting was held at a Domfanu school. The council raised concerns over delays in completing the water and sewage projects, the development of the Domfanu football field, and matters pertaining to the proposed concept for a land reclamation project. They also emphasized the need for a new council building to address the space constraints of the current office. It was agreed during the meeting to move forward with upgrading the island's school, with the project expected to significantly alleviate the existing space limitations. The council further highlighted challenges faced by residents due to the shortage of nurses at the island's health center. Addressing Domfanu residents, the President identified water and sewage services as the island's most pressing concerns. He assured residents that work would begin at the earliest opportunity and be completed swiftly. He pledged to begin a road development project once the water and sewage project reaches completion. The President also witnessed 2 agreements signed as a part of his visit to Domfanu. These include agreements on the expansion of Domfanu School as well as a land reclamation and shore protection project. On sports development, the President highlighted that the island's football field will be completed alongside a futsal and handball court. He confirmed additionally that the construction of a volleyball court and a fitness recreation center will be included in the budget for the upcoming year. The President also officially inaugurated the Bank of Maldives ATM service in Domfanu as part of the visit. Domfanu marked the 11th stop on President's tour of Bai Atoll. President Dr. Mohamed Muiz states that the decision to amend the Decentralization Act was intended to empower and enrich the people. He made the statement while addressing the residents of Darawandu Bai Atoll during his visit to the island as part of his tour of inhabited islands of the atoll. Addressing the concerns to the amendments to the Decentralization Act, the President provided a detailed explanation of the amendments during his speech. The President said his government is working with the people and that the assurance is important in fulfilling the aspirations of the people. The President asserted that he fully believes in decentralization and acknowledged attempts by some to present amendments to the Decentralization Act as an effort to obstruct initiatives for the people. He emphasized that councils should be run in a way that ensures benefits reach and empower the people, and said the amendments passed by the Parliament are in the interest of the people. Referring to the First Amendment, he explained that some local authority companies established by councils run small businesses that are already operated by private individuals on the island. The President also noted that many councils charge rent for land providing public services to the people, including high rents for buildings providing water, electricity, sewage and other public services. Therefore, the Second Amendment to the Decentralization Act prohibits the charging rent for public service land, as this rent increases the cost of services provided to the public. The President further said that a responsible public service is about getting aside political ideologies and recognizing that all citizens are equal. Earlier in the day, President Muiz met with the Dharawandhu Island Council and Women's Development Committee and heads of local institutions to address the island's most pressing development needs. President Muiz also announced that the development of a 30-bed hospital in Dharawandhu will be included in next year's budget. Dr. Muiz, recalling pledges made in other sectors to Dharawandhu, said preparations are underway to introduce dialysis services at Dharawandhu Health Centre with all machinery and equipment needed for the project already en route to the island. The President said that improving the health of the youth is a priority policy and confirmed that the island's football stadium will be further developed. The President recalled his presidential pledge to develop 8 classrooms, office and a multipurpose hall for the Atoll School in Dharawandhu, adding that the pledge is now in the process of being fulfilled. He also said the necessary technical and administrative work for road development in Dharawandhu have been completed and the work is now in the process of being handed over to a contractor. During the visit, the President also announced his decision to hand over further development of the Dharawandhu Airport to Island Aviation Services Limited. The Minister of Islamic Affairs, Dr. Muhammad Shahim Ali Saeed, says the government-led Young Khatibs program has produced 4 young imams for an island, bolstering efforts to ease the shortage of imams in the Maldives. Minister Dr. Shahim on X said the ministry had been forced to bring in imams to lead the Friday prayers in Feridu, Alif Alif Atoll, before the 4 graduates from the Khatibs program had been designated for the island. The 4 young imams mentioned by the minister hail from Feridu and had been trained as part of the 3rd batch of a Young Khatibs program. The 4 imams, Ahmad Afad Bashir, Muhammad Ayan Ahmad Shatir, Ahmad Yasin Abdullah and Muhammad Mifsal Ahmad, had been leading prayers in Feridu under a special permit prior to their graduation. The lack of imams had been a cause for major concern for the 525 resident population in Feridu. The local council in Feridu had been forced to spend thousands every year to bring in imams to lead Friday prayers in the 2 mosques on the island. The ministry aims to train 1,000 young khatibs within the next 5 years. United Arab Emirates UAE's budget carrier Air Arabia becomes the first international airline to dock at Velana International Airport via its new international passenger terminal. A ceremonial ribbon cutting marked the commencement of Air Arabia's inaugural flight from Terminal 1, symbolizing the official launch of operations and celebrating the milestone in the airport's history.
Air Arabia passengers experienced a seamless check-in for their first departure from the new terminal, airport operator Maldives Airports Company Limited, or MACL, said. Before Air Arabia's inaugural flight, the new terminal, officially opened on Maldives Independence Day on the 26th of July, had been initially allocated to only the national airline Maldivians International passengers. MACL is seeking consultation from Modalist Infrastructure Partners Incorporated to ensure that the new passenger terminal meets international standards, prioritizes safety, and offers comprehensive services. According to MACL, the new international passenger terminal will be brought into full operation over a period of 3 months in line with international best practices. Services will be switched to the new terminal under a specific schedule as advised by the consultant, where Maldivian will get first use of the new terminal, which will continue for a period of 2 weeks. Under the second phase, the terminal will be open to other airlines' narrow-body flights based on Maldivians' experience. 7 airlines have already been designated to operate narrow-body flights with a carrying capacity of about 200 passengers to Maldives, MACL had said. MACL expects the entire terminal will be fully operational by the start of this year's tourist season. This 72,000 square meter terminal is a pivotal development for Maldivian tourism. Key features include 12 passenger boarding bridges, 47 traditional and 24 dedicated seaplane check-in counters, and an advanced baggage handling system with real-time tracking. Enhanced immigration facilities including e-gates along with 41 elevators, 14 escalators, and 4 travelators ensure a seamless and efficient passenger flow. The terminal's design thoughtfully integrates local aesthetics, which wall patterns reflect the natural beauty of the Maldives. Designed to accommodate 7 million passengers annually, the facility is expected to broaden airline partnerships and support expanded flight frequencies. Government officials project the upgraded terminal will reinforce the Maldives tourism sector and elevate the country's standing as a regional hub for international travel.
The Housing Development Corporation signs a collaboration agreement with the Maldives Institute of Technology aimed at conducting youth empowerment and career guidance programs. Chief Operating Officer Ahmad Muhammad signed the Memorandum of Understanding on behalf of HDC as a ceremony held at HDC, while the Director of Programs Adam Halim signed on behalf of MIT. Under the one-year MOU, HDC will conduct empowerment programs for women, youth and people with special needs in collaboration with MIT. HDC said career guidance programs will be also conducted to familiarize newly graduated students with the work environment. The MOU will also include domestic appliance safety, motorcycle repair and maintenance programs for youth and women, as well as wheelchair repair and maintenance programs for people with special needs. HDC has initiated several programs aimed at empowering women, youth and persons with disabilities through impactful